It didn't open.
I just stay behind while he does his social media thing. What you want to do?
With this food thing, I mean,
It's free. We might as well get on it now. Or you want to wait till dinner? I said, or do you? What's up, y'all? It's day one in San Francisco. Well, let's take two. Greetings from San Francisco. Yeah, just coming to say hey, and I'm so proud of myself. So proud because everything worked out for the most part the way I wanted it to. I was up at 3 a.m., out the door at 4, at the airport at 4:30. The shuttle saw me pull in, so they, the lady on the shuttle she pulled up behind me to make it easier for me to get on. And yeah, smooth ride to the airport. I had a little bit of trouble at Clear because they have different little stations set up and I wasn't familiar with it, but that got worked out. And yeah, everything was cool. You want to hear like a classic Shamiriel shenanigan story? So that lady's son upgraded, and this is a vacation. I just don't want to use that word. I described it as a situation in my last video, and then I got a text that was like, people might think you flying off to be in a situationship or to be a mistress, and I was like, no. So that's not the case at all. So that lady's son, I was telling him how freaked out I was about just the unknown of being at the airport and in Southwest's boarding situation. And so he paid to have me upgraded so that I could not check in. I don't know. He said he did something. I appreciate it because I was one of the first people to board. So I was able to get a window seat. I got a window seat both times. And by that, I mean, I flew from Atlanta to Phoenix and then from Phoenix to San Francisco. Both times I got a window, both times the middle seat was open, and I greatly appreciated that. What is my point? Oh, that just everything worked out fine. And so here was the story. So I am standing in line, getting ready to board, and I'm getting my phone ready because I don't have a printed out boarding pass. And I had my mask on, so my face recognition wasn't working. And so I kept entering in my passcode, but I did it wrong so many times, I locked myself out of my phone. When did I lock myself out of my phone? At the exact moment they were boarding. And if you were listening, as I mentioned, I was one of the first people to board. So now I'm having to let people go in front of me because I locked myself out of my phone for a full effing minute. I was pissed. I was like, Shamiriel. But it worked out. I'm supposed to be Googling something, not talking to y'all. So he's going to get us some food, and I'm supposed to be Googling the hop on, hop off situation. We're trying to determine if it's worth it because it's $50 a pop. I'm just happy to be here. I'm just happy to be along for the ride. The only things I would like to do while here, I want to go to the aquarium, and there's a African American museum. I forget what it's called, but I want to go to the museum because that's one thing I'm learning about myself as I get older is I like museums. So it's not far from here, so the goal is to go. I forgot I know I'm supposed to be looking for it. I forgot, but like he was like, look at hop on, hop off and see something. And I was like, okay. And then instead I came and got my camera, and now I don't remember what I'm supposed to be looking for. Oh, man. Okay. $60. 60 plus 60 is 120. Adult tickets from 53. Well, I don't know what I'm supposed to be looking for. All right, well, I'm gonna try and think really hard about what he just told me 4 minutes ago before I started recording, and see if I can figure it out. But yes, I'm so proud of myself. I'm thankful that I got here safely, and I'm feeling more confident about my traveling abilities. And as I mentioned in my vlog, I think a lot of it is just me overthinking, and just me, I get overwhelmed easily sometimes, and I overthink, and then that makes it worse. And then a lot of times it's really all in my head. So I might need to talk to somebody about that. I need to go back to therapy, clearly. Oh, also, I don't appreciate how my skin chose today, actually yesterday, to poop the bed. Because what's this? I didn't have 2 tickets weren't booked, just 1. So where you come from? I had a pimple patch on the whole flight, and now this one's a whitehead. I'm gonna go pop that though. Probably shouldn't, but I'm really annoyed with my skin right now. I told myself I was gonna go get a chemical peel. I told myself I was gonna get a chemical peel in December. Now that's looking like maybe January, because the hyperpigmentation is hyperpigmenting. I don't know if I'm using that. I don't know if I'm doing it right, but point is, my skin is smooth with the exception of this pimple. But again, the hyperpigmentation is present and accounted for, and I think maybe getting a chemical peel could help with that. I just don't know how, because there are going to be some times where it's like, don't look at me, I ain't coming in, don't, you know, there's a course in that where it gets ugly. So yeah, I think that's why I thought I was going to get it in December, because I would have some time off for Christmas, and technically I do, but not as much as I think I would need for the effects of a chemical peel. Does that make sense? Oh, what kind of soda? What time you asked me that? Pepsi? Coke? I prefer Pepsi. I'm from North Carolina.
A few moments later.
Remember how in a previous vlog I was showing you the camera, my little beater camera that I've had for years, and I was talking about how it's been through some things, and that's why I brought it, because she's tough and blah blah blah. Right after I filmed a clip, I dropped it. And now my viewfinder isn't working, so we may have to use the phone for footage. I'm hoping that even though I can't see what I recorded, it'll still show up. Does that make sense? Because a lot of times I say stuff and then I'm like, girl, what? So normally the camera's on and I should be able to see what I'm pointing at right now, and as you can see, the screen is black. So there's no way, now it's off. So there's no way for me to know. There's no way for me to know. So I'm just saying that the timing of that is hilarious, because I could see myself, and then I had the camera set up on the coffee maker because I was too lazy to get my tripod out of the car or out of my bag. And then, yeah, the camera fell over, and now I think that might be it. I think she might actually be done with me after all these years. Can't say I blame her. I'm just saying, it's funny. So, yeah. The rest of the trip on the camera it is, or on the phone it is, because I don't want to risk doing stuff and it not being recorded. But again, I don't think the SD card should be impacted by that, but you never know. So, meh. On both, well, was your flight just one? Was it just one flight for you, or did you have a layover? think this is doing?
Don't walk right here, square.
Oh, when it gets warmer.
Not like right now.
Oh, you. Think they have Shamirio? No, seriously.
No, it's 2 y'all in